वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरु गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वर गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु महाविद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। Okay, we will start with our chapter 12. How many of you guys are started memorizing? Are you guys?
I know the first one.
Yeah, I know the first two.
Oh, nice,
Wait, what
nice.
page are we?
It's chapter 12.
Chapter 12.
475.
Okay, we're gonna follow the same thing, right? The first one we're gonna do the live class, and the second time we will revise with the online kids. Good? Start? Okay. Arjunuvacha evam satatayuktaye bhaktyastam paryupasate ye chapaksharavyaktam tesham ke yoga vittama. Shri Bhagwan Uvacha Mayyavesh-mano ye mam nityayukta upasate shraddhaya paryopetas te me yuktatamamata ye tvaksharam manirdesham avyaktam sarvapasate sarvatra gamachintyam cha kutasam achalam dhruvam Sanyam yendriye gramam sarvatra samabodhaya te prapnuvanti mameva sarvabhuta hite rata kleshodhikarastesham avyakta sakta chetasam avyakta hi gatir dukkham deha vartitvapyate.
Sarvani karmani mayi sanyasya matpara ananyena yogena madhyayanta upasate Shishamaham samudarta mrityu sansara sagara bhavami nachirat partha maya veshita chetasam. Oh, we did not do this one, right? Can we do it today? And then we will start. So, who's gonna read it? You want to read it, Rajesh? No? Okay. Sean, you want to read it? Yeah.
Loud.
Maye vamana adasva
Maye vamana adasva
Mayi buddhim niveshaya
Mayi buddhim niveshaya
Nivashishyasi mayeva
Nivashishyasi mayeva
Ata urdhvam na samshaya
Ata urdhvam na sanchaya. Together. Mayeva manadatsva Mayi buddhim niveshaya Nivashishyasi mayeva Ata urdhvam na sanshaya. Good, great. Okay. Guys, you ready? We will sing one more time. You guys can sing too, but in a low voice. Okay? Okay, start guys. Arjuna Vacha
Evam satatayuktaye
भक्तास्त्वं पर्युपासते ये चाप्यक्षरमव्यक्तं तेषां के योगवित्तमा श्रीभगवानुवाच मय्यवेश्य मनो ये मां नित्ययुक्ता उपासते श्रद्धया परयोपेतास् ते मे युक्तात्मा मतः ये त्वक्षरमनिर्देश्यम् अव्यक्तं पर्युपासते सर्वत्रागमचिन्त्यं च तेषां कुशलं ध्रुवम् इन्द्रियाग्रामं सर्वत्र समबुद्धय ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव सर्वभूतहिते रताः अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम् देहवाद् विर्वाप्यते ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्यात्मना अनन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते तेषामहं सुमोदार्थ मृत्युसंसागरात् भवामि चिरपार्थ मय्यावेशितचेतसाम्
मय्येव मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय
एव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः
That's it. So now we will do this slok tomorrow, okay? Next time, the 9th one. So we have done till 8th, and are you guys also practicing that? Are you guys practicing it? If not, then do it, because you know what I'm going to tell you. We're going to have a show, a Gita class show. In that we all will sing this one, okay? So memorize it, okay? We will have a small program on Gita class. We will call all the parents, okay, to come and watch you guys. So make sure, let's memorize it, okay? So you guys, if you haven't started it, start memorizing. We have to memorize this whole 12th chapter. And how many shlokas are in there on 12th chapter? 20. Only 20. We are already at 8th, right? So we can do it. So as soon as we have a month to memorize all the 20 shlokas, right? So we'll do it. Okay, let's do quick meditation and then we will start the class. Ready? So what we have to think about it right now, only one thought in the mind, nothing else. We are just thinking that how strong we are and we can do anything with the grace of God. We can achieve anything and we can do anything that we want to. We just need grace of God.
Slowly open your eyes. If your mind is going a lot of places, well, in this 2 minutes, I know that mind goes faster than anybody else, right? So then you concentrate on one thought or concentrate on your breathing. Like when you are breathing in, breathing out, or you can visualize a God that you pray every day. You can visualize them. You can do anything, but what is we practicing? That we can concentrate on one thing, not too many things, right? So this is what we are focusing on at this time when we are doing this 2 minutes of meditation. So you can do anything that you want to, but it has to be one, and a very positive thought that you have to think about, right? It could be you are just concentrating on one thing like breathing, or you're concentrating on one thought that I'm very strong, I can do anything, I need God's grace. So those things, those in that line, you put your mind to one thought, or you can visualize the God that you always pray with. So you can visualize them in front of you and then just concentrate on them. You can do that too. But what we are achieving here is just to focusing on one thing, not focusing on 10 different things, right? Because our mind goes very fast, like from one to next to next to next. It hops around, right? So we want to restrict that hopping around and focusing on one thing, right? Okay. So I know that we have finished till Shlok 30. I think 37. Till last class, but just to I will not revise the whole thing. You know how many shloks are there in this chapter? Anybody knows? Chapter 4 has? It's not that big. 42, right? So we are already at 37. So we are very close to close this chapter, right? And who will tell me the name of this chapter? You have it, but chapter 4. Tell me the name of chapter 4. It's a long one, right? So I want you guys to memorize that because we are almost at the end of the chapter. So I want to know that if you guys can memorize what we are studying so far. Who knows? Raise your hand. Who knows? Anybody there? Who knows? Raise your hand. You know, okay. You read it. I want everybody to know that name. Yes, you know. How about you, Swara? You know? Okay. Siya Raja? No. Sean, you know? Krish, you know? Everybody here know? Okay. Okay, everybody knows. So I will let Risha say the name.
It's Gyan Karma
Sannyasa Yoga. Gyan Karma Sannyasa Yoga. So Gyan is the knowledge, Karma is the action, Sannyas is renunciation, giving up, and then Yoga means the practice, right? So that's the whole thing is, right? So now when we are coming towards the end of the chapter, what Krishna Bhagavan was telling Arjun is that this how you can achieve this knowledge, then what happens with this knowledge, what happens when you acquire this knowledge, and what is the result of this knowledge. That's what we did the last week, right? Last week. So we talk about how you acquire, which we say that Arjun said that by salutation, by inquiring, and by service of Guru. That's where you get the knowledge, right? And then he talks about what kind of Guru should be there. Then he talks about what happens when you acquire this knowledge. So Gyan, when you acquire the Gyat, he says on the verse 35, he talks about acquiring knowledge, Arjun. You will no longer be deluded. In the light of that knowledge, you will see the entire creation in yourself, within yourself, and then in me. So when you acquire this knowledge, what happens after that? That you will be light. The light of this knowledge will let you see the whole entire universe in you, and then you will see in me as well. What does he mean? In the God also. So you see the entire universe
in yourself. So when we are talking about the Brahman thing, he explains that right here. And then in verse 36, he talks about that what happens when you, what is the result of this knowledge? So he tells that the result of this knowledge is the even most sinful people, if they receive this knowledge, what happens to them? All the sins are gone away, are carried away, like a raft of the boat is carried away. The same way, all the sins that you have done. So many lives we lived, right? Not only in this life, but so many lives we lived, all the sins are gone when we get this knowledge, right? So it's raft away, it's gone away, it's carried away when we get this knowledge. So he talks about that. And then then we will take shlok number, I think 37 also we did. And then he talks about the another example. Then he says that how the blazing fire, like the fire, a strong fire reduces the wood, the fuel of the fire. What is the fuel of the fire? That's the wood, right? Wood gives the fire. So even the fuel of the fire with the blazing fire get in burst off, right, as into ashes. So if the fuel blazing fire can burst its fuel into ashes, the same way knowledge turns all the actions and the results into ashes. Means there is no action results that gonna be coming on, the consequences will be coming on us. So all the sins are gone, but then the action that you get, the results of the action, the consequences, like we talk about the karmas, right? What happens in the karma? There are 3 kind of karmas that I discussed in last class. What are those karmas? We talk about it in before class 2. There are 3 kinds of karma that comes with us, right? What are those?
Wait,
Sean, you want to talk about it? What are those 3 karmas? The 3 karmas that stay with us, we get birth. Agami karma, prarabdha karma, and put together all the karmas are sanchit karma. The sanchit karma, right? So all these 3 karmas are the result of our actions, right? That's where they are accumulated karmas, the agami karmas, the actions that we're going to do in future, the action that we did in the past, prarabdha karma, sanchit karma, those are the actions that we did in the past, not only this life but many lives, right? So all those are results of our actions. But what happens if we get to this gyan, this knowledge, and we acquire that, and we start living with this knowledge, what happens? All these karmas are destroyed, right? So it does 3 things. We talked about that last class. It destroys, first it protects you from the effect of prarabdha karma. Then it does that, it's destroy the sanchit karma, and then no agami karma is added in your sanchit karma part, in your prarabdha karma part, right? So all these things are gone away. But what do you have to have for that? If you want to destroy all the karmas and all the actions that you did and the results and consequences of action, good and bad, both. Bad destroys, we are happy, but good also destroys, right? Everything is destroyed. But what do we have to have for that? Knowledge. And how do you get that knowledge? Yes, you get that knowledge by this, but you have to have that strong blazing fire, right? That's what he say. You have to have that strong belief in it, strong, you should be following it strongly, and then only that happens. You cannot just, okay, I'm gonna read Gita once in a while, or I'm gonna practice spirituality once in a while. Other than that, my life is going very fine, right? I'm doing very well. I'm going with lot of I'm going and getting along with some people, not getting along with other people. I'm gossiping with all the other my friends. I'm gonna get mad at people. I'm doing my life normally like how other people live, but I'm going to the Gita class every Sunday. That will not help, right? Whatever you learn here, you have to practice that. And that's the only way. That's what he is talking about as a blazing fire. You need that strong fire in you, then only the next step will come, right? So that's where we were till the last class. So it's good. I will suggest you that go back when I post the video, look at that one more time so we can get caught up with this, right? So then we will come to slok number 38. So let's see if we can finish the chapter today, because how many sloks we have? 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. So 5 sloks. Can we do 5 sloks in one day? Maybe, right? Let's see if I can. Let's start. 38. Who's gonna sing 38? Anybody? Any volunteer? Avi, you want to sing? No? Okay. Krish, you want to sing?
Sure.
How about Sean, you sing 38? I will come back on that. Huh? You did the joke. Okay. 38. Krish, start. If we cannot finish the chapter today, it's all because of Krish.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate tat swayam yoga samsiddha kale natmani vindati.
Together. Nahi jnanena sadrasham pavitram iha vidyate tasyamyam yoga samsiddhim kalenatmani vindati. Okay. So what Krishna Bhagavan says here is, indeed, there is indeed nothing so purified as here than knowledge, right? One perfected in yoga, all sins after that all automatically goes away in himself and in time. Like, it's a little bit confusing thing, but automatically sees the light. Now what is he talking about here is the person when he gets the knowledge, right? When he gets the knowledge, what happens is, first of all, he is saying the most purified thing is getting the knowledge, right? That purifies you the most, right? He is saying that there is no purifier as greater as the knowledge. So why is he saying what are the other purifier? We discussed that, right? There were 12 yagnas that he talked about, all the ritual practices that he talked about before in this chapter. You remember that we talk about, like, some people do yagna by doing the rituals, some do fasting, some only eat fruit, so there is a lot of purification processes given in all the religion, not just Hindu religion, but every religion has a purification process. You worship God, or you do japa, you do mantra, you recite every shlok, and that purifies you, or you don't eat anything for a certain period of time, or you meditate and then you purify yourself. So there were so many practices given in all the religion, as our religion also has so many practices given, right? So Krishna Bhagavan is saying that among all those practices, most purified practices, getting the gnana, knowledge. Getting this knowledge is the most purified practices. Now, we have, have you heard that sprinkling Ganga water makes you purified, right? You go in and take a bath in Ganga, all your sins are gone, right? In our religion, it has been said. Ramakrishna used to say that, yes, that is true, that when you go in the Ganga, all the sins goes away and they become birds and sit on the tree. As soon as you come out of the water, out of Ganga, all them jump back on you, and then the sins come back on and then you live your life. So what does that mean is, there is a little deeper meaning to it. What does it mean? That whenever we do all these ritual practices, like, think about, you did really good puja, right? Or in your family, you did Satyanarayan Katha or something, right? The day you do that ritual, how do you feel? You feel so good, right? When you do some prayer, you go to the temple, you did something, some fasting, or you did all arti or something. For a little while, you feel so good. But what happens is, after a little while, it goes away. That feeling goes away. It doesn't stay forever. Does it stay forever, that feeling? The good feeling that you feel after doing puja, after doing worship, that good feeling goes away very quickly, right? It doesn't stay with us. But jnana, knowledge, will stay with you forever. It doesn't go. Whenever you get the knowledge, again, when I'm saying getting the knowledge is not sufficient, right? Everybody, every intellectual person can get this knowledge. But what is the difference? What is the difference where we are talking about the person here talking? Getting the knowledge means understanding the knowledge, but realizing it, living it, right? Knowledge, though, we all will get it, right? We all can get it. We all have, like, kids in your generation are very sharp, right? Everybody and anybody can get that knowledge. But what about, are we realizing it? Are we living it, right? So the person who realizes this knowledge is most purified, right? First of all, the other rituals that we do, it doesn't stick to us for long, right? It comes for that day when we do puja, like Ganpati puja, which we do, right? You know, when Ganesh, we bring the Ganpati and then we do Ganpati puja, we go to Avi's house and have a big celebration. How good you feel, right, that day? The worship that we do and everything. But then after a little while, what happens is we don't have the same feeling, right? That day we feel so good, then the feeling goes away, right? So it doesn't stick to us. So that's what God is saying here, that what it is to purify, the most purified thing is getting the knowledge and then staying with that knowledge, right? So that's what he is talking about here. It is purified, the knowledge, and then what happens is, after you get this knowledge, it sticks with you, and then what it does, it automatically gives you enlightenment, right? You don't have to work towards it then anymore. It automatically takes you on the highest path of spirituality, right? So that's what he's saying. Okay, we move to the next one, 39. Okay, who's gonna sing 39? Anybody wants to take chances here? Sanay, you want to take chances on 39? You want to sing 39?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Shraddhava labhate jnanam.
Shraddhava labhate jnanam.
Tatpara samyatrindriya.
Tatpara samyatendriya.
Jnanam labdva param santim.
Jnanam labdva param shantim.
Achirenadhigacchati.
Achirenadhigacchati. Okay, all together, very nice. Shraddhavallabhate jnanam. Tatpara samyatendriya. Jnanam labdha param shanti. Achirenadhigacchati. Okay, very beautiful shloka, and very it summarizes a lot of things here. So the man with faith, commitment, and self-control. The man with commitment. Look, hold on. Let me write it down so you can say. The man with faith. Faith. Second is commitment. And third is self-control. What happened?
Why do you have to end?
Huh?
Has commitment?
Yeah.
Commitment, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the man with has these three attains knowledge, right? So these three needed to attain knowledge, and when you attain knowledge, you attain the supreme peace. You attain supreme peace. Okay. So that's what he is saying. Now, there are three things he mentioned, and we talk about it a lot all the time. So what is the necessary for enlightenment? So first is, so these three things are necessary for a person to have to get the enlightenment, right? First thing is faith. Faith is what? Shraddha, right? He said Shraddha Vallabhte, right? So Shraddha, faith. Now, faith is very important for everybody, right? We need to have, and he's going to talk about faith again in the next couple shloka, I guess. But faith is needed because, you have to have a faith in the teaching and the teacher, right? If you go to a math class and you think the teacher doesn't understand anything and he doesn't know anything and I don't understand, the teacher is not good, you don't have a faith in teacher, what happens?
You're not gonna learn.
You're not going to learn. What about you don't have a faith in math? Oh my God, it's a worst subject in the whole entire world and it doesn't have anything. What happens? You don't learn anything, right? It becomes difficult for you, right? It becomes very difficult for you to do it, right? The same way in spirituality is the same logic, right? If you don't have a faith in the teacher and the teaching, okay, I know that there is something like this. There is God, there is self, there is Atma, but I don't believe in that. Then no matter what you do, you're not going to learn it, right? So you have to have a faith, right, in the teaching. So the person has to have a faith that there is an enlightenment, there is a higher spirituality. Then we can go to the path. Otherwise, you walk that path, you will achieve nothing, right? You will keep walking, and then you will like, okay, nothing is changing in me, I'm not doing anything differently. My mind is not changing. Then what happens is there your faith is problem, right? The commitment, right? There has to be a commitment to the highest goal, right? Understand that there is a highest goal and I want to achieve it, and you have to have the commitment to it, right? I have a faith. I agree that there is a highest goal, but I don't want to commit to it, right? I don't want to think about it. I will do my own way. If I don't like a person, I will say bad things about this person. I will do wrong to this person. I have a faith in spirituality. I have a faith in teacher, but I'm not going to follow the rules because I am not committed to going to the highest goal. Will you achieve the enlightenment? No, you will not achieve it, right? You have to have commitment towards it. Even like, I want to become a best dancer in the world, right? But you know what? I'm not going to go practice. It's so hard practicing it. Oh, dance, I don't want to practice it. I just want to learn to see it and I will learn it. Will that happen? Does that happen? So the same thing in the spirituality too. You have to practice it, right? You have to bring it. When I say that you have to memorize the 12th shloka, would you just memorize it in the dreams? No, you have to work towards it, right? So you have to read that 12th chapter every day to memorize it, right? So the commitment is needed. And then the self-control, right? Yeah, I have a dance practice today at 4, but my friends are having a party at 4. Should I go there or should I go to the dance practice? Dance practice, because I want to do what? Become a best dancer in the world, right? So then I have to commitment, and then I have to have a self-control. The same way on the spirituality too. When I want to achieve my highest goal as a human, which is to achieve enlightenment, then I have to have a self-control too. So God is saying this three quality the person has it, that person can attain the knowledge first of all. So attain the knowledge means not just getting the knowledge but also realizing it. So 2 things that comes in there, attains the knowledge, and that person gets the supreme peace. Right?
So if you are looking for peace and you think I can meditate and get the peace, that's not going to happen, right? Mentally you will go all around the world, right? You can go to India mentally in one thought, right? So you cannot attain peace until that supreme peace, until you get the knowledge who you are, then you can get the supreme peace, right? The screen doesn't get bothered by the comedy or the tragedy, right? You have to become that screen to get peace. How peaceful is the screen? As soon as that the fighting happens at the end of the movie and movie turns off, and then you see the screen is sitting quietly, like not bothered by all that fighting that happened like 2 minutes ago. That screen get bothered by that fighting that happened 2 minutes ago on it? Nothing. So extreme peace is the screen sitting extreme peacefully. That's how you become extreme peacefully. That you become that screen. You become, because you know the screen knows nothing happened to me, it's in peace. The same way, if we know that ourself is Atman and nothing happens to Atman, then what happened? It's the peace that comes. Though our life is getting too much, oh my God, it's so rush, I'm going here, there, learning this, teaching this, I need to get good grades, I need to become a dancer, I need to go to this class, I need to learn math and this and that. But what happened eventually? The peace comes if you have attained that knowledge, right? In that midst of whole chaos, you are still peaceful. How? By that. Krishu Bandhu, give it. Yes. Yeah. Okay, we are. Okay, ready? So, Shankaracharya said that it's guaranteed to get enlightenment if you have these three characters. It's guaranteed. You don't even have to worry about it. It automatically comes to you if you have these three things. Discipline, the kind of discipline on self-control, commitment, and faith. These three is needed, right? When we talk about enlightenment, there are, always remember that you get enlightenment, then also the life keeps going, right? It's not that, oh, you got enlightenment, then the body mind drops off, right? There are two stages of enlightenment. One, that you get enlightenment, that is Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukta means you know this is Brahman, you are not attached to any actions, you are not attached to your body mind, but you are enlightened, but your life is still going on. You are living your life, right? You are doing what is supposed to be done, right? But you are enlightened, and then Jivan Mukta is with life you are living, and you are Mukta means you are enlightened, right? Then the second stage is, that is Videya Mukta. Videya Mukta, when the body drops off, when the person dies, the enlightened person dies, drop of the body, then it becomes Videya. Videya means, Deha means is the body. Videya means the body is gone. Now they drop the body, they are gone, and then they are still, they are enlightened. So without the body. One is with the body they are enlightened, one after death they are without the body, they are still enlightened, right? So remember those two steps. Now let's see what happens when the person doesn't have a faith in the teaching and the teacher and everything. So Krishna Bhagavan says the next slok, when you don't have a faith, when you don't have one of these characteristics, what happens, right? So let's read slok number 40, right? Yeah, verse 40. Who wants to take 40? Sean, you can take 40?
Yeah.
Okay, be loud.
Ajnanascha svadadana
Agnascha Shadadhanascha
Samsayatma vinashyati.
Sanshayatma vinashyati.
Nayam loko tadaparo.
Nyayam lokostina paro.
Nasukam samsayatmana.
Nasukam sanshayatmana. All together. Agnashadshadhanascha sanshayatma vineshyati. Nyayam lokosti na paro. Nasukam sanshayatmana. He who is ignorant, devoid of faith, and doubting mind is ruined. For the doubting mind, there is neither in this world nor in the world beyond no happiness. Right? So what God is saying? 3 things He is saying. The person who is ignorant, right? So 3 things He said in this. The person who is, first thing, this is slok number 40, who is ignorant. Then the second one is, who is, what is the second one? Ignorant. Then no faith. No faith. And the third one is with the doubting mind. Doubting mind. These 3 things, if a person has, they cannot get happiness in this world nor the other world, nowhere in anywhere, right? So no happiness for these guys. Now let's talk about it. When we talk about this, looks like the ignorant would be the most dangerous one. But it is not, because all of us are ignorant, right? We start with this, right? Very few got the knowledge, right? We all are born with ignorant, everybody, right? First of all. So we all have this, right? You and me are not different in this one, right? Nobody is different than this. Everybody has this problem, right? We all are ignorant, right? But let's talk about no faith and doubting mind, right? Now, a person can have a faith but doubting mind. A person can have no faith and doubting mind. Let's take an example of no faith and doubting mind and faith and doubting mind. So, if a person has faith, right? Let's say faith in the scriptures and all the knowledge that is given in the scriptures. If I have faith in this and I have a doubting mind, there is a problem. What happened is, doubting mind and inquiry, remember that those are 2 different things, right? We said, okay, have if you want to learn scriptures and Vedanta, there were 3 things we always talk about it that we should have. What is it? Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, right? So Shravana means learning about all the Vedanta, all the scriptures, right? Manana means inquiring, right? Whatever questions that arises in that time, inquire, right? In other slok also I said that Krishna Bhagavan said that you have to have salutation, inquiry, and what was the third thing? Service, right? You should have that. So inquiry is always encouraged in learning. Inquiry. But is doubting encouraged in the learning? Never, because those are 2 different things. Inquiry is you have a faith, you know, but there are some questions you need to get answer on, right? But doubting is, this is not right. Let me find out what's wrong in this. That's doubting, right? The doubting is that this person, if you are telling me something, there should be a lie in it. Let me find out the lie. What is the lie? She's not telling the truth. Let me figure out what is the lie in it. Why is she lying to me? Why is the thing happening? So where I am starting? I'm starting with the doubting mind, right?
Inquiry would be, let me figure out what's happening in their life. Why did she make this statement? Right? That's inquiry. So there is two different things. I'm already believing that it's wrong. That is the doubting mind. Right? I'm believing that it could be right or wrong. Let me figure out. That's what inquiry. Right? There is a difference. Right? So if a person have no faith, like, oh, okay, there is no God, nothing, I don't believe in God, and they have a doubting mind and no belief in God and don't have doubting mind, they are most perfect materialistic people. Right? They don't have faith in God, but they don't have a doubting mind. They know that life has to be lived. Enjoy the life, have fun in life. This is what the life is all about. I need to have all the fun. I need to have a lot of party. I need to go everywhere, and I need to make some good friends, good food. This is all life is. That is no faith and no doubting mind. Right? That person is perfect materialistic. Right? Now, if we say faith and doubting mind, that doesn't work either. You have faith, but then what's happening is you are doubting every single thing in what you are learning. So that's not good either. So you have to have faith and you have to have no doubting mind. You have to trust. Right? They say the people who are spiritually high, they are always more trusting other people, and they have more trust in everybody. Now, if the people are spiritually high, they always trust everybody. That it means that they never get robbed. Robbed means, what do you see? Nobody breaks their trust. Is that happen?
No.
It doesn't happen, right? But they still trust everybody. Because why? Because I will tell you that the people who are spiritually high, they trust everybody because that's their basic nature, to trust everybody, right? They get impacted by it, but what happens is there is a spiritual power that saves them. They always get their trust is broken, but it doesn't hurt them ever. Right? So spiritually high people always are trusting people. You will see that. They will trust everybody. They will not trust anybody. They will not have a doubting mind ever. The people who are spiritually higher. The people who is spiritually lower, they doubt. They doubt everybody. So you can see in the basic nature who is going towards the spirituality. The people who don't trust anybody, they have doubting mind, means they are not spiritually high. Right? Always remember that. Right? People who are spiritually high, they will trust everybody and everybody. Though they get, people trust, they break their trust. But what happens is, God always comes and protected them. They never got into a big problem. They never get into a big problem. And sometimes, you know what? They are smart enough. They know that somebody is breaking their trust. They are very smart. They know, but they play along. They play along because they know nothing can be harmed there. There is a protection. There is a God protection given to them. Right? Mom, dad, when you guys come and lie to your mom, dad, do you think they don't know you are lying? They know, they are smart. They know that you guys are lying. But what happens is, they play along with you. They just play along. They just let you play along. They just let you lie. And they know internally that you guys are lying, right? And that's what I feel like when I see back. When I became mother, now I understand. When I see back, I always think that my mom knew that I was lying. Still, she never said anything to me that why you were lying and what happened and why did you lie. And she just keep on playing along. Now I know when Krish and Sean lie to me, I always know that when they are hiding, not lying. Mostly you guys don't lie much, but I'm saying that whenever you hide something from me, I know that you are hiding something from me. Right? So that's what it is. Like, even people, for spiritual people, they trust everybody. And what happens is that they get protected by God. If something wrong happen, the God will come and help you. So that's the one characteristics that, the doubting mind that we talk about, that people who have doubting mind cannot go in spiritual path. Right? So you ignorant, everybody is ignorant. You have to have a faith. And you have to have not doubting mind, you have to have inquiring mind. right? Inquiring about it, not doubting about the path. So these three characters, if people have these three, they never get the happiness, right? They cannot go on higher self. If these three are not there, then only you guys can get. Now, ignorant, you guys have to have a knowledge, gain knowledge for it, right? Faith come by itself, right? You are born with faith, and you actually go work towards getting faith, right? Doubting mind also, sometimes we are born with it, so we need to cut it down, and we have to become like trusting mind rather than doubting mind, right? So that's God is saying, if you have these three, you will never be able to get up on the spiritual journey. You cannot go on the spiritual journey. So now 41 and 42. What is the time? Can we do 2 more sloks?
25.
Can we do 1 slok? I think it's a very small slok. Let's try to finish this one.
Can I read one?
Yes. I'm glad you want to read it. Okay, let's do slok number 41. All ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yoga sanyasta karmanam
Yoga sanyasta karmanam
Nana sanchina samsayam
Nana sanchinna sanshayam
Atmavantam na karmani
Atmanvantam na karmani
Nibadnanti dinanjaya
Nibandhanti dhananjaya. Very nice. All together. Yoga sanyasya karmanam Jnana sanchinna sanshayam Atmavantam na karmani Nibandhanti dhananjaya. Okay. He talks about it, but he who has renounced the fruit of the action through yoga, whose doubt have been destroyed by the knowledge, who is self-possessed, and again possessed here is not self-possessed about the body, right? Or mind, that I'm so good looking and I'm so nice, or I'm so good, or my brain is so intellectual. Not possessed about yourself, possessed about your higher self, right? O Dhananjaya is Arjun, is not bound to the action. So he's summarizing the whole chapter and saying that you are not bound to the action. That's what he was trying to clear up since the beginning, right? The people who are not bound to the action, the result of the action, are the people that he explained everybody, right? So now he is saying that the person who renounced the fruit of the action, here also he talks about 3 things. The first one is the person, 41 verse, the person who renounced the fruit of the action. Renunciation, fruit of the action, right? The second is whose doubts have been destroyed by the knowledge. So all the doubts are destroyed by the knowledge. By knowledge. And then the third thing is who is self-possessed. Self-possessed. All these 3 people, their action, they are not bound to their action. Means there is no consequences of actions becomes their karmas, right? So these are the 3 things that the person doesn't get bound to their action is. First is they renounce the fruit of their actions, means they don't worry about their whatever the results gonna come. Then all the doubts are destroyed by the knowledge, that kind of person, and the person who is self-possessed on the higher self, that person is not getting any results of their action, and they don't get the which karma they don't get? The sanchit karma. The sanchit karma is destroyed, the agami karma is destroyed, and there is nothing that accumulate like that's going to give them the next life, right? They're not going to get the results of their action. So that's the three kind of person. Now he is saying that one who is we understand that we already have a read lot of thing about renunciation, the fruit of action, right? We're not getting attached to the action or the result of the action, right? We already talk about this. Doubts are destroyed by the knowledge, right? We study, we got it, we learn about it. So if you look at this is all about Shravana, Manana, and then possessed in it, the Nidhyata. What? Okay, so it's all three steps are the process of what you should be learning from the Vedanta, how you should get the knowledge of Vedanta, right? So he talks about these all three. Now, what do you see that? You remember we make the matrix that the Karma Yoga, when you do that, you get purification of the mind, right? With the purified mind, you do Jnana Yoga, which is meditation. Then what happens? You get purified mind with concentration and concentrated mind, right? And with purified and concentrated mind, you get Jnana. You get the Jnana Yoga. Then you get enlightenment, right? So this we already learned about it, right? You remember that how it goes? Karma Yoga purified your mind, Dhyana Yoga, then you with the purified mind you do Dhyan, then with purified and concentrated mind you do Jnana Yoga, you will get the knowledge, and that results in enlightenment. So that's what God is saying, that these three things will give you the enlightenment. Right? Okay. Let's close this here, and then we will start the last shlok next week, and we will do the summary of whole 4th chapter next week. We will do that next week. First I will do the summary one time with you all of the chapter 4, and then we will do one test, or however we want to do it.
Jeopardy.
Yeah, Jeopardy. Okay, we can do Jeopardy. Okay, let's close it, guys. Vasudevasutam Devam Kamsashanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Para Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurue Namah. Krishna Arpanamastu. Okay guys, see you. Thank you for joining.